Alright, let's go. It's me, Puddle Cakes, making another video today, doing another kind of Commander Spotlight like I did with Cyrus. And it's funny because I saw the John Wick video, and he was kind of bashing Cyrus. I've seen a couple other videos, they're bashing Cyrus. I can't wait to get him, try him out, but that's just me. Who knows? Maybe he'll be a hidden gem like Harold was, or Tamiris, or any other commander that pretty much comes out and everyone thinks sucks. But this video is more about Nebuchadnezzar, or Nebuchadnezzar, depending on where you're from. I'll go over the skills a little bit, kind of the talent trees, and who I'm going to pair them with. And then I'm going to save my next video, which will be a short video on all of my pairings, why, and I'll actually show you the buffs and debuffs breakdowns of my marches. So that'll be pretty neat. But first of all, so Nebuchadnezzar, his first skill is a forward fan shaped damage dealing active skill of up to 1500 damage. It's a pretty good skill. The only difference is, of course, it has that reduced damage by 15% for each target, or each additional target, up to 5 targets. Still a really good, strong skill. Second skill is a stat stick, archer defense bonus, 30%, archer march speed bonus, 15%. So I really like how every commander has a stat stick. It's very useful and it helps you kind of mesh your commanders together. A lot of times people do like attack on both the primary and secondary, and it ends up being their glass cannons. So it leaves that option to give you a tank, or a tankier primary or a tankier secondary. The third skill is more for rallying. It's when the commander leads a rally attack, counterattack damage is increased by 10%, up to 30%, and incoming attacks have 10% chance to deal direct damage to the attacker. 300 to 800, and reduce their march speed by 10% for 3 seconds, up to 30%. So that's pretty significant. It does have a cooldown, but still, someone taps them, they get slowed by 30%. I really like this skill. I see a lot of videos out there, and a lot of really good battle logs of Ramses and Nebuchadnezzar as leading rallies. One thing I haven't seen that I wouldn't mind seeing is something like actually an Edward Nebuchadnezzar, because of that counterattack bonus that not only Nebuchadnezzar has, but Edward has a pretty cool stat stick counterattack also. So all normal attacks and counterattacks deal 50% increased damage. So that would be interesting. So we'll see. I'll go over my pairings in a minute, but I don't really foresee it happening or being all that great. But Ramses and Nebuchadnezzar are the bomb right now. The fourth skill, troops led by this commander deal 3% increased damage, up to 15%, rate stat stick, and 10% chance to reduce the target's rage by 20, up to 100. This can only trigger once every 3 seconds. This is a great skill. This will be excellent with your silent trials, of course. It's pretty much just another one, and I believe I watched it stacks, because passives tend to be stacking with accessories, which is really, really cool. So essentially you could just be lowering people's rage constantly. The expertise skill is, it doesn't buff the damage of it doesn't buff the direct damage of the first skill, but it does end up adding additional damage to the current target by 500 of 500. So you're pretty much going to have almost like a skill that's like the Tamara skill, where it goes off and has a huge stat damage, and then it adds another stat stick at the end of it. So it's going to be kind of that flat 500 additional damage. Pretty cool skill. It's all damage, which is excellent. What? You gotta be kidding me. But like I said, it's damage. It's excellent either way. So Nebuchadnezzar, of course, kicks me out. So I'm probably actually going to end up running him with YSG on the battlefield. And I'll tell you why. So I'm not going to go over all my marches, but he adds a bit of tankiness, and he adds that full damage, which is nice. Something that you don't really get with YSG is march speed, so that's another great skill. I mean, it's pretty much going to be kind of like an AoE machine, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. Unfortunately, I don't have him on my server yet, or my kingdom yet, so I can't unlock and show him. But I think in the long run, it will be a great setup for my overall grouping. So, just to give you a little snippet of my final march, because I'm not going to go too in depth with it, because as of right now, those are also not out. The new commander, one of the new commanders, possibly, and Ethelfled, are going to be my 5th march. So my 5th march has always been in between Constantine and Joan, or Ethelfled and Barca. By the way, still love Barca, but waiting for his buff. And pretty much Ethelfled's first skill is just amazing. Attack, defense, and health reduction by 30% is just such a great skill. You see it go off, and the damage dealt to the target just goes up significantly because it's a stat. I mean, you're legitimately lowering their defense and health total 60%. It's a very good skill, very helpful, and it's just overall nice. The new commander is kind of like a rage monster, which I might use, but I'm not too sure. I might just go back and start using the Constantine and Ethelfled. I used to really like Joan. Problem with Joan is Joan doesn't really mesh well with Edward. The whole adding rage helps out everyone else except for Edward in my setup. So it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. I wish it did. I could even do Milan, and lately I've been doing this. This is a whole lot of fun too. If anyone wants to try it out sometime, a nice little pairing is Ethelfled and YSS. And the reason why is, so we'll just take this off so people can see it raw. Oops. But a nice little pairing is Ethelfled and YSS, and the reason why is because YSS's first skill does a significant amount of damage. And when it's in the zone, it does even more damage. I mean, it's pretty disgusting. It's like 2,000 damage. So I've been using him on the field just in that sense because, I mean, 2,000 damage, 1,400 damage outside the zone is still amazing. Okay. I was just goofing around with it, didn't think it would be anything any good, but it ends up being pretty amazing. So this is outside the zone, 33,462. 33,462. Now, I have barb talents and everything else, or good tech, but that's just disgusting. Hey, it actually said vanquish this time, not vanquish. But I've been using this. A lot of people target it too, which is really nice because then it allows my other 4 marches just to murder ball the heck out of them. But if anyone else has any other suggestions for a 5th March, I actually would be willing to listen. I've just been all over the place with my 5th March. What I was thinking about doing actually too is I ended up, I think, getting 2nd or 3rd on my last MG, and I got Gupta. Gupta looks like a lot of fun, and another concept of the passive skill stacking with the actual active skill of Ethelfled. So you can kind of end up stacking this, and then go and get a dagger, and then stack even more, which I find very interesting. So for me, my 5th March is still up in the air, but I'm always willing to learn, become a better player, and I've used so many different ones. So I'm going to kind of wrap up this video. Didn't really say a whole lot, kind of babbled. But in my next video, I will have a spreadsheet made up that will actually go over my 5th March, or my main 5 marches, why I use them, and you can see all of the buffs and debuffs they bring to a murder ball. I was thinking about doing a couple of videos on my rally and a few other things for archers, but really I'm open to suggestions. I'm hoping we have war here in a few days, but I'm not really sure if we'll have any action. It'll probably just be me rallying some AFK cities maybe, but either way, that can always be fun too. So I think these passes open up here. I think this pass opens up after, I think, probably like 3 or 4 days. So I should be able to record that. Some cities out here looking to play, I think. And I actually have, I think, 52 cities marked for AFK. So, definitely ready, excited about that. For some reason it only showed 16, but I have 52. But yeah, we'll definitely go through that. Maybe try some battling, try a few different things. You'll see me probably murder ball some cities. Generally, I think I've been in Heroic Anthem. I've actually been swarming cities pretty frequently. Anything below 50 million, I think. I think it did a 61 million the other day, and Constantine Jones just tanked it like a boss and completely zeroed it out, especially with, I think, 392k troops each march. So either way, we'll have some fun with it. If anyone has any questions, let me know. I did received like 2 messages on reading battle reports, but the new battle reports are out, so it might actually be a learning curve for both of us, or all of us. And, you know, anything else, really. Oh, crap. You know what I didn't do? Sorry, long day. Work. I did not do a skill tree or a talent tree. I'm probably going to end up doing it actually the exact same as my YSG tree, or my El Cid tree, where it's kind of, oh man, failing. Where it's kind of like this. And I'll play a little bit with the additional damage. I don't think the 6% damage will make that significant, because really you're getting so much more here, but I think it averages out to like something like maybe 10%. And then this one too, really you don't get too much more. I think the only difference is if you're rallying, the conquering tree actually adds quite a bit. So other than that, hit me up anytime, Shinji's Discord, or in-game puddle kicks. Yeah. Good luck. Have fun. Peace.